Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I got the build that I first made for NBA 2K25. Did a lot of research, thousands of hours of research before the game released, during the community day, and with early access. I had about 4 days of early access before the game even launched, and was just labbing up to try to get the best results. And I feel like I really did get something special, and I'm going to showcase everything about it in a second here to tell you guys exactly what to expect for this game when it comes to everything you need to know with the build. um you're watching my first game ever with this build. I was pretty much trying to help out my buddy get his shot together and letting him kind of learn the game while I coached him a little bit. But you're gonna see defensively me get crazy stops. You're gonna see me go crazy. I'm gonna show you the build too, don't worry. But we want to just talk about what the build could do. It pretty much has some, it's not a lockdown or anything, but it basically can be a lockdown. And it does some special things that's like, wow, this can do a little bit of everything. And I've been having a good time with that. It's been a fun ride to be able to be versatile. Basically one of the most versatile, if not the best versatile build. This is made for ones and twos and some threes mostly. There's different versions which I'm going to showcase and give you guys a rundown on. The first thing I want to talk about is the actual setup. Okay, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this build, and I'm going to dive deep into it and give you guys the rundown as we go forward. All right, let's just get into it. This is, first of all, this is just random footage. I didn't put no highlights or anything. Watch this little move right here with this build. I was practicing, labbing up what I want to do on the AI. The players, these are just some quick little go-to shots and things like that. But we're gonna start off with the badges. Pretty much the build is almost set up. It has a lot of gold and silver, and then I'm going to use my max +1 for certain badges that we can do. Get it a little higher, like set shot specialist, maybe put that up to Hall of Fame, because that's the most I do. Basically, even if I'm taking a specific type of shot, it might not end up being a Swifty, aka off the dribble. It'll end up being a set shot specialist. And that's a trick that I have in the channel that you can learn to basically get most of your shots to become set shot specialists, because this is the badge easiest to get. I'm going to have it on Hall of Fame when I get my max +1 on this build. All right, so as you can see, we have gold lightning launcher. This is a 6'6" build, by the way. This is the crazy part about it. And this is insane. If I really wanted to go Hall of Fame and use my badge there, I can, but it's really good. And then with limitless range, I have this plus my takeover. I'm able to shoot half-court shots. Been going crazy with that. And then I have contact dunks plus posterizer here if I wanted to bring it to gold. As I said, you know, that max +1 is definitely fire. And so that's kind of the setup. You can see the dribbles is pretty high and the build is fire. And I wanted to show the badges first, give you an idea of what this build can do. You can say, oh wow, guess what? Paint controller, incredible. Right? I have high flying denier, box out beast for a point guard, mind you, and then so much more in here. Glove on silver, interceptor is gonna be on silver soon, and just so much more. I'm not fully done with this, but let's just get into the actual build so you can see it for yourself. These are the numbers. 89 gives me the contact pro dunks and pretty much everything I need, like the LeBron James package and more for dunking. A 40 for standing dunks, so you can do your thing. You have decent layups, so if you need to do a layup, but mostly you're gonna be going for contact dunks. Then your threes at a 89, so you can get all the badges you just saw with top tier stuff. The one thing about the build that's hurting, that looks pretty bad, is a 68. Honestly, 68 isn't great, but this is again my ones build that I play twos with and threes with, and I'm a careful passer. I'm basically getting double teamed So I'm kicking it out to open players for the most part. They basically can't stop me because of this dribble that I'm very capable of doing some wild stuff with. And the shooting and the finishing is incredible. Now, this is where the build is tricky. A 60 interior gives you some amazing snatch blocks, interior defense that's crazy. I promise you, if you can get a 60, do it if you're over 6'5", and I'll explain it when I show you the build. But man, perimeter defense, steals, and blocks. And I'm gonna go ahead and just get y'all the actual build. We're gonna get into it right now. I want to show y'all the actual build, right? Because this is gonna help y'all understand what I'm talking about and why I feel like this build is so good and so necessary for everybody to lock in and to enjoy with me this year. But the main thing I want to kind of point out is that you can change this build into a fives build when I show you what I'm about to show you as we go. Let's get into the build. 6'6", 190, 6'10" wingspan, and then I'm going to explain there's a different version that you can make with better passing, and it's going to alter this a lot. But what I want to talk about is down here, okay? When I put a 60 interior, I get Paint Patroller. This is amazing. You don't understand. Intimidator, it unlocks snatch blocks and all of that. But you need to have this as well, which is the blocks at a 74, which is going to give you this Paint Patroller and High Fly Denier, okay? And remember, I got this up to silver, so now I'm really doing some crazy blocks. Chase down blocks, I'm doing everything. It's basically like an 80 something plus block and interior from the way that I got the badges stacked together. And then I put on that max +1 for the tier 2 area. And so that alone is crazy. I promise you guys, this is fire. And then the same thing with some of this. You might not think that it's going to be very good at an 82. But if you can see, I have Silver Challenger for a 6'6" guard with some decent speed that's going to stay on top of you, looking real sharp. Then I have silver interior and interceptor, okay? So I'm able to steal very well with this build. Trust me, you can do some dangerous things. And then on top of that, check this out. Chase down rebounds, bronze, and box out beast. I've been boxing out centers on the 2s and 3s, boxing out centers for rebounds. It's been really easy, and I've been getting some boards off of them, and I'm like, wow, this build can do it. And this was specifically what I've been researching and labbing up. And then as you can see, this agility, you want it to be able to get shifty at a higher rate. Plus, I'm gonna use my cap to even go higher on some of this stuff. And then menace, you can see I'm in control of things right there if I wanted to go more defense on my cap breaker. And then strength, you need this for strong handles, okay? Strong handles, you're gonna be able to buff this up even more to gold, okay? And then I got posterizer. I can use the cap breakers on that and get gold on posterizer as well with the cap breaker. And on top of it, you get max +1. You can make this Hall of Fame by the end of the day. And so this is why the build is so versatile. It can basically dribble like the best of them. And it has amazing shooting. And then it has contact dunks plus standing dunks that makes it very, very strong. And then defensively, you'll be surprised at how insane this thing just shuts people down, blocks shots, snatch blocks people. It's pretty crazy how good the build could be. Now, I'm going to take a moment to back out of this just because I promise you what you're about to see is a different version, the exact same build, but more for fives, okay? If I was to tweak this, defensively, it's not going to be the same. So I'm dropping the interior defense and the blocks because I'm going to be a true point guard. And I put up my pass to an 85. To me, this is where the point guards, like an elite passer, starts. This is like the starting point of an elite point guard passer. And 85 gives you bailout and visionary on bronze. This is why I have this. And then you got dimer sitting there pretty on gold. And then from there, you're just an elite. And now I still have the same offense. I'm a threat. You can't stop me offensively. Defensively, I can hold my own and still pluck and still guard you good enough, okay? and everything else is pretty much the same outside of the blocking and the rebounds. You lose a little blocking and rebounds just to be able to pass better, but you're going to be playing fives with a freaking 7-footer probably, or 6'11", 6'10" at minimum for a center, and you're going to be able to just play zone and either, you know, pick a side or whatever you're going to do. But this is the build I would make for rec. If I was to change it, this would be how I change it. So yeah, you're not going to get those crazy snatch blocks or rebounds, but you have better passing. You're going to be a better playmaker, and you can do your thing. And it's just offensively amazing. It's a really fun way to play because you're going to get the contact dunks, and you're going to be crazy shooting, and then you dribbling is going to be amazing, and you can have a good time playing it. These are the two versions that I recommend for a bigger guard, 6'6". I do have some undersized guards, 6'4" and under, a breakdown on that you should probably check out. But this to me is the number one. I'm gonna have some gameplay for y'all, full display of some runs and some highlights and things like that, and a full breakdown for you to see it in action soon. But for now, go make sure you check out those giveaways, and then check out this video that should be popping up about the undersized guards, so that you could see if you want to make one of those and just learn more about the game with that. Right? See y'all on the next one. Stay safe. Peace.